All right, guys, we got a good show every day. We have Elijah Jackson. He goes to Archer City. He's part of the class of 2024, Texas Tech, Pitt, Indiana, some of the schools that just offered him. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Hey, so we always like, everyone's got a little different background. For you, how did you get into football yourself?
I was like 6 years old, and I was at CC's Pizza, and this football coach came in, and he said I was a big kid, and then I started playing with his football team. And then I started from there.
Yeah. So, with everything was shut down about a year and a half ago, how did you stay in shape and ready, for high school? Because that's a big, step for you and everything.
So I ordered a ladder for feet work, and then I had a basketball goal in the back, so that's what I used to like bench and shoulder press.
Yeah. So it's big in the weight room. Is that what you did a lot during that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so talk about that transition. I feel like that's a big step for anyone, but especially in Texas, probably the best state of any for football. What was that like?
It was fun, but it was like different, like a good different though, where I can like do more and be more active.
Yeah, you talk about being active. You had 372 yards rushing, you had 5 touchdowns. You pitched in some receiving, some passing, had 56 tackles, 7 for loss. Talk about how they used you, and you were all over the place. Talk about that.
Um, they use me like in different spots, but in big game situations, that's where I was really used most, and I made it happen.
Yeah. Talk about being on, offense and defense. Does that help your game a little bit, or what is it very important for you to play both sides of the ball? What's that like?
Yes, because it can show everybody that I'm versatile and I can be used at any time of the game.
Yeah. You guys had one of the best seasons you had in 10 years. I saw you went 6-4. You guys won your first playoff game. Talk about how the season went as a team, and then how you guys look to improve upon this year.
The season went good, but the difference between this year and last year that we gonna have senior leaders to lead us, and we feel like we're gonna go further.
Yeah. So you feel like you guys are young and that you can, make, surprise some teams this year pretty much?
Yes, sir.
All right. I got to ask, man, you got 7 offers in a week. Your first one came, I think it was like June 2nd. Can you talk about what were you doing? What was it like when you got that first offer?
Uh, it was it was good. The I was sitting at home and I got a text on Twitter from a coach telling me to send his number, and I called him. He was like, "I like the way you play. I want to see you on campus," and they gave me an offer. And then after that, everything just started blowing up.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, some people are excited when they get 1 offer in a week. You got 7. How crazy was that for you? Or were you expecting this and just waiting for it to come?
Really, just waiting for it to come.
Yeah. I got to ask, 2024 class, you guys are lucky. You guys are going to get to visit schools and do all that official visit stuff. How was recruiting for you up to this point? Was it Zoom or what was it? Because for 21s, a lot of people had to commit, like myself, without ever visiting a campus. How was that for you?
It was FaceTime and Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah. So this summer, are you going to any camps, visiting any schools, or are you just trying to work on your high school season, getting ready for that?
Um, I went to the Alabama camp earlier this month, and then on the 18th, I'm going to Florida State to visit and camp,
All right.
and then in July, I'm going to TCU.
All right, that's awesome. Growing up, what was your favorite college team and NFL team, and who'd you like to watch as a player?
Um, for college, it was Oregon, and for NFL, it was Seattle Seahawks. And I like watching Marshawn Lynch play.
Oh yeah, beast mode. He's a hard-headed man. He gets down. He plays everything. I gotta ask now that you're like starting to get offers from these teams. Is it like for you? Is it like watching how these teams play and see how you can fit in the system? Is that a big thing for you? And how is that?
Yeah, now it is. Just I start watching like everything to see if I could fit in their program
All
or their
right.
scheme.
So when you're not on the football field, what do you like doing in your free time? Big video game guy? What do you do?
Play Madden.
Yeah, you good at
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
My friend he's playing deep tackle at West Virginia. He has a league with like Taylor Wan from the Titans. He's got a bunch of NFL players. You got to get in his league, man. These people are hardcore. I swear, they're amazing. All right. Someone who's never seen you play, how would you describe your game to them?
As a player that, like I said earlier, that can fit anywhere, and like I can catch the ball, throw the ball, hit people, run, anything you want. Really, I do anything.
Yeah, that's a great team player. Speaking of team player, when you have a teammate, someone you want to play for, where do you value most in a teammate?
Loyalty.
Yeah.
If they got my back, and then I feel like if everybody got each other back, then that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. We talked about, Corona, how you were, working on your game, getting in the weight room. What's this off season like for you? What are you working on most in practice?
Speed.
Yeah,
Speed. Yeah.
Quicker.
Yeah.
Okay. Final few questions. So, what's the best piece of advice, coach or like teammates ever told you up this point?
My defensive coach, Coach Gray, he always tell me that always be a and not a but. Like this player can do this and not a player that he do this, but he always in trouble with all that.
Yeah, that's awesome. When you're on the field, do you ever know when it's like your night, like you're feeling good, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna play well, or does that not really happen?
I feel like that every night.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, man. This is our final question. It's always the hardest one. When your football career is over, down the line, how do you want people to remember yourself?
As a person that put anybody before himself, really.
Yeah.
Not selfish.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, we really appreciate you coming on, man. Giving athletes like yourself a voice is what we try to do. So we really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.